last song that was written for this album is a song that had been running around the studio, and it was called Country Rocker, which I believe is going to be called Dear God.
Dear God is the biggest departure.
It's something that we definitely wanted to have on the record.
We've been listening to just a vast variety of music, and country being one of the biggest ones, so we went in that route.
The original riff was written by Brian.
I had a riff, and it was very country-esque, and so we were like, well, let's just try that out. And then I was drunk on vodka in Big Bear when we decided to go right up in Big Bear, and we were thinking about the song and laying down melodies, and I picked up a guitar, and it just kind of flowed, the melody and the verse, and I wrote the chorus right there on the spot.
I wanted to fill up the speakers sonically, but not without using electric guitars and making it like just kind of dense sounding.
We had some great musicians on that track.
We brought Shauna Crooks in from Music Mafia. We brought her in to sing on that song because we thought it'd be a cool little country flavor to have her on it.
In the beginning, and then you kind of break off on those things. Cool. Very nice, amazing. That sounds amazing.
And that was definitely a treat because she's got a beautiful voice, and that was just fun to hear her sing.
So we did a lot of textures with banjo and acoustic guitars and just different flavors to make that chorus big.
We brought in, pedal steel.
He was just a phenomenal player, so we kind of trade 8ths or 16ths or whatever it is at the end. He just blows me away because he's just so much tastier and so much more melodic than I could ever be. I'm sitting there trying to think of the best shit I can play, and this guy's just, in La La Land going crazy. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
He's using every appendage of his body to make that thing work. And he's doing a volume swell.
Yeah.
And he's kicking into distortion.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sin plays it fucking flawlessly with such great feel. That's one of the things that I'll always be envious about. He plays with so much feel that he could play any style of music. You can actually hear just everything that we were feeling coming across the way that he plays the notes and stuff, and I think that's really cool.
And we kind of wanted to fade out like Hotel California style, where it just kind of goes different solos, different textures, and you kind of just listen and get in the groove and just have it flow like that.
But this song was just made when you're driving down the highway, just a long journey, just to put your mind at ease, sort of.
A road song. It's about being away from people that you miss and love and wanting to get back home to them and just being alone and lonely. I know a lot of people feel that way a lot of the time when they're on the road.
Just kind of the whole journey of writing the album, it's kind of, a finishing point, just to kind of relaxing into the madness that's going to be the album.
We've always had our slower, more ballad songs, like Seize the Day or I Won't See You Tonight.
And I think we really captured a lot of cool things and tried a lot of new things with that song. And I think you're probably going to hate it. So fuck you. Just kidding.
I tell you, I love all these guys, man. I tell you, they're great. The Jimmy, he gets a couple drinks in him, he touches me, places. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's a wild guy.
And the Johnny, shit, man. The guy fucking farts worse than my fucking...
It's like sulfur.
Shit.
It's sulfur. You want to tell us a little about what you did on the record exactly, besides write, produce, conduct? I mean, what else did you do? I heard there was a lot of vocal comping going on here, and...
Well, I comped your vocals, Shadows. You did a great job. Like I said, the I is very great, very cool, I love that shit. And I'll tell you something right now. This is just between, me, you, and, the kids that are at the home. The Gates, man, he did not play a couple solos, if you know what I mean. I just, late one night, I play guitar.
You play guitar too, huh? That was you. Well, I wanted to thank you personally for making our record better than it would have been.
We were a little bit subdued during our writing process with the whole city life. The Rev found out for himself. He kind of went AWOL for a little bit to lock himself up and write.
Not right!
I did the same, you know, I just had to clear my head, and so I kind of disappeared for a while and just wrote on my own. And it kind of hit Matt a little bit after it hit us that he needed to get away from all the noise and create some noise of our own. So he came up with the idea of heading up to a cabin in Big Bear.
Everybody was up in Big Bear at M Shadow's cabin.
Because we were just getting bugged too much by neighbors and family and fans and friends.
You know, we've come a long way and achieved some success. And coming to Huntington Beach and writing isn't necessarily the same as it was several years ago.
We had a little bit of a writing process up there to kind of get away from everybody in Orange County. We wanted to clear our heads and get up there in the mountains where there's just nothing around you and we could just be inspired by each other.
Sinister and the Rev had this band called Pinkly Smooth.
It's just primarily goblin metal, heavily Danny Elfman influenced, as well as Oingo Boingo.
When Jimmy decided he was going to write on this record, he didn't know how to write Avenged Sevenfold style stuff. We're like, you don't understand, like, we are Avenged Sevenfold, we can write whatever we want. So the first thing he came to us with was Afterlife. We're like, Afterlife's a great song, but make something crazier. Try to write outside the box, like Pinkly Smooth stuff.
And one night, the Rev started playing this piano line that had been in his head and he had been working on at home.
He's like, okay, just give me a keyboard. And so I had set the keyboard to the little motif rack, and he's like, just press record.
And so he started playing this thing with one finger and adding another finger.
So he plays like one note at a time. Plays the song for 8 minutes all the way through with one hand. And he's like, okay, now start me over again and give me a left hand. So then he does the left hand, just just like these little chords, right? So then he's like, okay, now record me on the drums. Press record on the drums, and he just plays this crazy beat over this piano, right? And it's just going crazy, and we're just like, okay.
And then adding some bass notes, and all of a sudden we have piano and drums.
With a little bit of a melody in the chorus, and that was it.
So we have 8 minutes of just like piano, one left hand, one right hand, nothing spectacular. We didn't know what we were getting there. Then he's like, okay, takes the mic, and he's like, now give me a track on the microphone. So we give him a track on the microphone, and he's just whispering these melodies.
And it just sounds like this 8-minute, 50-second collage of different ridiculous stuff.
When I first heard it, I fucking had no idea what to think. I thought, okay, well, this is cool. The Rev's crazy, you know. Whatever, we got other good songs that are gonna be on the album. Matt just heard this piano and the melody that Jimmy was singing, flipped out. It was like #1 on Matt's list to make sure this thing happens. I just didn't get it.
No one really wanted to work on it because it's this big ordeal to work on. Even at one point, Jimmy came to me, he's like, we shouldn't even record Big Bear, I don't even want to record it. When we went to record it for real, and I was like, dude, gotta record Big Bear, dude. If not for any other reason, but I want to listen to it.
Matt wasn't having it. He was adamant that we needed to let Jimmy just do what he was gonna do, and we all just needed to work together.
Yeah, turn up one of the tracks. Yeah.
It was really very different from anything we've done.
Jimmy, who's a mastermind, was thinking at 1,000 miles a second about these cool melodies and the storyline and writing lyrics for this thing.
Must have stabbed her 50 fucking times, dude. It's such a cool line, dude, when he sings it.
The Rev got these lyrics that were kind of twisted and funny at the same time.
It's basically a story about a man murdering his significant other and preserving her to do whatever he pleases with her. And the story takes a twist.
She comes back from the grave and kills him.
And they go on this murderous rampage.
They're both dead souls together, and they get married and terrorize everyone else.
As it started to come together, the song was just so amazing, and we definitely wanted to make it a special song for everyone, as it was special to us.
Totally inspired by all the crazy shit that we listen to, all of us, ranging from bands like Mr. Bungle and The Residents.
That's another one of those magical things that as it just progressed in the studio, such as the string arrangements, the orchestral arrangements brought to you by many members of Oingo Boingo.